Is it worth watching? Find out here on the Alamo City Movie Talk. Action! What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? My name is Ryan D, aka on the Ryan680.
And I'm Justin, aka Adosa Stir.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk. Movie Talk for movie fans, guys. And this is where we bring everything movie related into your ears, devices, wherever you're listening to us on. Thanks for listening. All right, guys. Let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. This is our review of Hobbs and Shaw. Let's get right to it, man. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
And Jason Statham.
Yeah.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Is this the Fast and Furious franchise we've always been wanting and ever wanted? Did you want this spin-off story? Did you really want this?
Oh, Lord.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and give our thoughts on... I'm still amazed how this movie got greenlit. I really am. I get it. It's The Rock, Jason Statham and everything. They're really huge celebrities. They're both brand names, They really are. And kudos for The Rock for doing the bravery to do this movie in general, just to put his name on it. Yeah. Now, with that being said, the very opening of this movie, it felt so... predictable, cheesy. Just logic was not even. There's no logic in this movie. From the last Fast and Furious movie, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is this gonna be like? It wasn't a terrible movie. I could say this is, as far as a franchise series, when it comes to Fast and Furious, this has got to be the worst one. I would say.
So first off, if you're wondering, what is a Hobbs and Shaw?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Hobbs and Shaw is a spin-off of the one of the most milked forms of entertainment ever to exist, right next to every song and remix of Old Town Road. This brings a story of Hobbs and Shaw, who were basically antagonists at one point of the Fast and the Furious franchise. When they first announced this movie, the first word that came out of my mouth was why.
Why exactly? Yeah.
Why
are they making this movie? Why did this movie get greenlit? Why is Universal Studios wasting their time on this film? And to given the fact, this just shows it. And I haven't really seen this year. I have not seen a movie that uses so much special effects, and they're all pointless. Every single one of them. I hate to say it, good job on the stunt people, good job on all that, but it was pointless. Good job on the special effects, but it was all pointless. It was way over, I felt like they spent way more money on the special effects than they did on the story of this. And the story of this was not even there. There was no story, no emotions whatsoever, no character development whatsoever. Now, do not get me wrong, guys. We're not saying The Rock is a bad actor or Jason Statham. No, we're explaining that this has everything to do with the writing, with the storytelling, and all behind the scenes of it.
It's like Hobbs and Shaw took every cliche and stereotype of an action film, threw it all in this, mixed it together with so much talent in Hollywood, and so much unnecessary ism. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm gonna use it. And they made this film.
I was so surprised to see Idris Elba in here, and not only that, but the portrayal that he gave was so poor. I was just like, I didn't like it one bit. I didn't like him acting in it. Like I said, this has nothing to do with the talent, because this is a huge, good cast, huge talent. Idris Elba, The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham, Transporter, The Rock, Ballers, Idris Elba from Thor. So many. He's directed a movie on Amazon Prime right now. More than Thor, but okay. Yeah, okay, no, I know, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Star Trek Anyways, so these are great actors and actresses in this movie, and yet to waste their talent on this, I'm just so astonished. I'm just like, man, to be honest, I'm just like, maybe they just wanted to collect a paycheck. Maybe they just want, because
honestly, like I said, the Fast and the Furious is one of the most milked, not only movie franchises, but any form of entertainment, It seriously is. I mean, they're already they're coming up with 9 now, right?
Yeah,
am I correct?
And believe it or not, guys, this actually had 4 writers, ladies and gentlemen, and the story, I mean, it had so many different writers, different screenplay. I mean, it just felt like there was no direction in this movie. This was supposed to be directed by David Leitch, but there was no direction whatsoever. Then again, this guy did do Atomic Blonde. He did do Deadpool 2. He did do John Wick. He did produce John Wick. But see, yeah, I mean, just
it's this seriously, like watching this whole film, I was just like,
okay.
I kept checking my watch.
Yeah,
and like I seriously thought. This movie gave me the feel of this is one of those scary movie quote unquote type parodies. If they would have called this action film, I would have believed it.
Yeah, it's action.
It's so much unnecessary comedy.
Yes, way more. I mean, they throw those 1-cent jokes every 5, not even 5 minutes, like literally every
1 minute.
Yeah,
so much. Like. It's like if, oh my God, Jesus Christ! It's like if Michael Bay took a movie and was just like, I've got $3 billion. I got more than $3 billion. Let's blow everything up. Let's overpay all these great actors and let's make it stupid. That's what it was. This is the biggest pile of flaming garbage I have ever laid my eyes on. Whoever gave approval for this, I hate you.
Okay, no, he doesn't. All right. Overall,
give up.
Overall, I mean, I will say this though. I mean, just the stunts were great, the graphics were great, but they were just overboard. It wasn't necessary. Like, you don't need to have this. Really does show, and the fans knew this because it was funny because the first act of this movie, audiences were laughing, and then did you notice like the second and third act, everyone just stopped laughing. Like, they just stopped.
Honestly, like this is the way I saw it. So pretty much our row, we had nothing but people who are critics, and they not only that do what we do, but they write for magazines, or they do other forms of criticism, and we weren't the ones that were laughing. We I seriously, like, there was people that were right next to me that were like, are you serious? Like, why? Like, they were asking that the whole time. Now, don't get me wrong, there was everyone else in the audience was like, woo, yeah, clapping, and it's just like, and laughing, and
that's great,
and that is great. I mean, because it's all it is just a big old piece of entertainment. It's nothing but light shows and one-center jokes, unnecessary cameos.
Yes, we'll talk about that at the very end, guys. We'll mention the spoilers of who we see in this movie that really were unnecessary. I'll go back to this. First and second act, I was like, okay, The Rock is kind of carrying this movie, and then after that, I was just like, okay, this is totally unnecessary footage. This movie came out to be 2 hours and 16 minutes, way over the length. Like, I felt like this movie should have been 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's it, like just 1 hour and 30 minutes movie, and I felt like it was just dragging. That hour was just dragging.
I want the 2 hours and 60 minutes of my life back, please.
I mean, it was just dragging and everything. Like, it just. The great, it wasn't all bad. We'll give the props up to the stunt people, the stunt man, and they do.
Yeah, everything as far as that was great.
The graphics,
I mean, in all honesty, like, the reason why I'm so heated on this is because I see so much potential for this. Yeah. In all honesty, like, I thought this over in my head, and I'm gonna skip a little bit, towards the end of the movie. This should have been a Hobbs or a Shaw movie, not a Hobbs and Shaw movie, because in this film it does give us a little bit of a background to both of them.
Yeah, both their lives,
especially more of Hobbs. The Rock. Yeah. In all honesty, like, the end, or like just basically the info that they give us of Hobbs towards the end of the movie is. That was honestly should have been a foundation for a great film, because it tells the story of, at least tells a little bit of the story of Hobbs's background, that of course he came from the island of Samoa, He had his family there,
yep.
but they were raised by his father, who was a criminal, and they ran probably one of the biggest chop shops in Samoa. And that could have been a great base story, for that could have been brought back to like the OG Fast and the Furious type film.
And see, that's the problem with this movie though. They try to do both. They try to do both stories, but it was so poorly done. It was just like rushed. Everything just felt so rushed. Everything was dragging.
Explosion, family, brother,
brotherhood, brother. Oh, we're not brothers anymore. Oh, we hate each other. And then at the very end, okay, now you're my brother. Like it felt no emotional connection with The Rock or Jason Statham, which I hate because, I mean, they're both good, talented people, especially Idris Elba.
Everyone in here.
Yeah, you could have been the villain that we wanted ever in history, but no, it turned itself so cheesy, so poor. Obviously, was this the movie that we deserved?
Hell no.
Okay, all right, we're agreed to that. Now let's go to ratings, Justin. Ratings 1 out of 10. What is your rating for this movie?
-10.
Get out of here, Doc, bro.
Oh my god, man. I give this a 2.
Oh wow,
and that's being generous, just because of just because of visual effects.
Yeah.
And of course, all the stunts and everything that were pulled on this. I mean, but it's just like, other than that, like,
I'm gonna have to give this a 3. I'm gonna give this a solid 3. And again, with me, that's being generous. That's because I really wanted this movie to not be as bad as I thought it would. I mean, because to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers, since we saw this movie, I will let you know right away that the trailer does give all the whole story away. It does.
I never thought I could go into a film
knowing the whole story.
With not only that, with like very low expectations, and then have those blown out of the water to be even lower.
It's just into the Earth's core lower.
Like God, like okay. Jesus Christ.
All right. So I give this a solid 3. You give it a 2. We do not recommend this movie. Obviously, we do not recommend it, guys. If you're about to go see a movie this coming weekend, be sure to check out other movies at a theater near you. We do recommend Farewell. We do recommend other movies as well coming out this week, or other movies that already came out in the past weeks. Go see Lion King again. Go see something else again.
Yeah.
But I do apologize, guys. We do not recommend this movie whatsoever. Okay, now you already answered my question. You wouldn't buy this movie, right?
Oh no, of course not.
I wouldn't either.
No.
And this is a person. I'm coming from a background to where like I've literally owned all the Fast and Furious movies. This will be the one and only movie that I would not ever buy or think about buying again. And that's sad because it really has a good cast. We'll go back to the cast again. The Rock, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Jason Statham. We get a great cast in here.
Not only that, but then we get cameos.
Justin, name the cameos, man. Spoilers, by the way, guys. If you do not want to listen to who the cameos are, be sure to check us out on our other movie reviews or vlogs. Check us out at a theater near you. Thank you, guys.
And the 2 most unnecessary cameos, and take this, when we first saw the trailer, what I told myself was, how much you want to bet they're going to throw somebody who I do not want in this movie in here.
Yeah.
And I was completely right. Ladies and gentlemen, second person who showed up in a cameo, Kevin Hart.
Yep. In that plane scene that went overboard with the comic relief. And it was like what, 15 minutes? It felt like 15 minutes of them just like arguing with each other. It was just pointless. And there was no, like I said, there was no emotional connection, no character development whatsoever in this. There was no point of him being in there. Besides, he was on screen like 5 or 6 minutes, and that was it. Over, done.
If they would have seriously threw him in as
some lead, someone connected to the story,
I would have been so mad. This would have. I don't know. So
that was the second cameo. The first cameo is gonna be Ryan Reynolds. And oh my gosh!
I love Ryan Reynolds so much.
I don't like his comedy though. I'm not a fan of his comedy.
I love Ryan Reynolds so much. I do. He's a great actor. Not only when he's being Deadpool, funny. Yeah. And being Deadpool. Of course, he's got to have a cameo in here. I mean, of course, look at who directed Deadpool 2. This guy.
Yeah.
But and he's a great actor. Besides his comedy, when he's serious, he's actually pretty good. But it's just like, why? We don't need any of these guys. Honestly, so much wasted talent and so much money spent. God knows how much they spent just to get these guys to be in this film.
Most definitely.
And then like towards the end, which I don't know if you walked out already, but I stayed. Mm-hmm. Now, did you walk out?
No, I stayed for a little bit, but then I walked out.
You saw the ending part with Ryan Reynolds?
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh my God, it was
spoiler alert. Guys.
Oh my God, it makes me cringe so much. It's just like we get the ending scene, the after credits, and you got Ryan Reynolds, and he a trail of guys who are beat up, and Ryan Reynolds comes, he's all bloody and beaten up, and he's calling Hobbs. And he's just like, Hobbs, he's like, don't worry about the virus. It's contained. Everything's cool. It's under lockdown. But there's another virus.
Oh my God.
And instead of it melting your insides, it melts the outsides. And I'm just like, I'm there, and I'm like, dude, like.
There's another virus.
Hollywood, do you think that we have the mind of children? Because honestly, all the children in the theater were entertained and everything, but I mean, honestly,
all right, I have enough already.
I can keep going, but
okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, all right, moviegoers out there, we do apologize if we offended anyone or anything like that. Hey, but guys, put your personal opinion. Maybe you did really love this movie. We're going on a rant. Maybe you really did love this movie. Put it in the comments down below. Prove us wrong, ladies and gentlemen, moviegoers out there. All right, prove us wrong. Give us a thumbs up if you like our review, guys. Hit that subscribe button. You want to. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680,
and I am Justin at Dose of Stir.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. You have yourself a wonderful day.